Narcissists love empathy. That's why they like empaths. They will lie to get empathy. You know how children, they'll start coughing for fake. They want you to say, oh, are you okay? And once they see how concerned you are,
you especially have to watch out for the covert narcissist. They love to actually latch onto people who they deem as powerful, by the way, and you can really tell in the beginning because they curate this perfect image of themselves where they literally give it a version that they have studied, and therefore they know that you will like this version of them. They will emulate this by mirroring you, right? By love bombing you, and just by showing up as exactly how you want them or need them, right? And this is possible for them because likely they studied your behavior, and likely that maybe like you they baited you by saying certain things to you, and like definitely painted themselves as this innocent person, this harmless person. So like over time they have built you up in a sense now that your defenses are down in front of them. So they fake this entire persona, right? And they do this because they see that you have this powerful light within you. They see that you're empathetic, that you're kind. I'm not talking about like you being a pussy ass or like a doormat, but like regardless of your personality, maybe you're a strong personality, but like still like your heart is in the right place, and they know you are actually a good person and even a powerful person, and they really idealize you. And that's why I say the covert narcissists, by the way, they're they're very different from the grandiose narcissist or the general narcissist as the mass population is more aware about, because they really paint them, they dim themselves down purposely to make sure that you are like in a spotlight. They play victim. They make sure they're like they make sure that you know that they're harmless. They're always just again saying the right things and making sure they earn your trust over time. And by the way, the covert narcissists are obsessed with power and control as well. They're also obsessed with image, which is why I say they always go back to curating this perfect image that they have for themselves, which is why they continue to associate themselves with people who they deem as powerful, because they actually hate themselves, but they still want to feel powerful, so they will use other people to feel powerful, whether that's by control or once again by association. And then like they will flip the script. They will flip a switch when they realize that you don't actually give them the power that they thought they would get from you, because maybe you don't validate their feelings, because maybe you see through their bullshit. Maybe you're not like, you know, a dumbass bitch. Like, so you see through their bullshit and you hold them accountable maybe, or you set clear boundaries, or you speak your mind, or you tell them what's up. Like, you don't take their side, you don't validate them. You're just who you are. You're authentic, right? And they actually start calling you narcissist, you know? Why? Because now they're blaming you for your lack of empathy or remorse, because they want to feel like the victim, or maybe they want you to take their side, or they want you to hear them out, okay? But you're not doing that because, once again, you don't fall for that type of manipulation shit, right? Then they flip the switch. Once again, they only came to you because they really liked how they felt around you, which is like they saw you as empathetic, kind, and maybe in the beginning they thought that they could get something out of you, which is validation, okay? And then when you actually stand your ground and they realize they cannot get that from you anymore, or they realize they can't get that from you ever, they will flip, okay? But it all goes back to these people wanting to play victim after fucking shit up. They will specifically pick people they deem as good people, like the safe people, so they can flip the switch when it serves them. That's why, by the way, I am always going to be the biggest bitch to these narcissistic people, like actual covert narcissists. Because to them, yeah, I will be the narcissist. I'm not gonna have empathy for the people who are fucking playing victim. I don't give a fuck. And I really don't give a fuck even if they paint me as a narcissist. I don't care, because I don't fall for manipulation. Okay, I do not. And it's so funny because these people go out there and instigate the whole shit, and then they blame shit, and they'll actually like project onto you, and they call you the narcissist or whatever, all the words. But the thing about these people, they're miserable, okay? And they do become exposed over time, by the way. Which goes back to my point, like, I don't care about my image, okay? I'm just me. As you can see, do I give a fuck? I don't give a fuck, right? But just be careful dealing with these people. Like, this is why I always say, you don't gotta let people know about your empathy, right? You don't gotta know that. Why, like, that's another thing. If you're someone who wants to be seen for their empathy, why the fuck? That just tells me that you don't really, like, you just want to be seen for it. That's giving covert narcissist. I'm just joking. But no, but you know what I'm saying? Alright, chill out. Like, stop obsessing over validation. And also, don't be afraid to be a bitch, like I said in my last video about, you know, when you know you have a light, you have to protect that instead of trying to give it away for every single person who doesn't deserve it. That's how you attract covert narcissists. Like I tell you, these covert narcissists are so cunning, like, and then they're out there talking about real narcissists, by the way. Watch out for the covert ones. They're the hardest to spot in the beginning because they mirror you so well.